featured speaker for this year's graduation at the Siparia Boys RC School is none other than Mr. Daryl Joseph. Daryl Joseph is a counseling psychologist. He graduated from Yorkville University in New Brunswick, Canada, with a Master of Arts degree in counseling psychology. He is currently preparing to sit for the International Certified Employee Assistance Professional Examination, that is the CEAP. Daryl also holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science with a minor in Business Management from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. Daryl's other professional training includes crisis response, suicide detection and prevention, cognitive behavioral therapy, and solution-focused brief therapy. Daryl currently works in private practice in Trinidad and Tobago, West Indies. He delivers professional counseling services, training, and seminars to individuals, couples, and families of all ages. Daryl has helped hundreds of people overcome depression, anger control challenges, panic attacks, problem relationships, work stress, take my number after please, family conflict, and difficulties associated with growth and development. Daryl facilitates workshops and seminars on a diverse range of life skills topics, including emotional intelligence, anger management, change management, team building, stress management, coping with depression, multiple intelligences, quitting smoking, and work-life balance. Daryl lives life to the fullest and tries to have no regrets at the end of each day. Let's put our hands together to invite our featured speaker for this year's graduation, Mr. Daryl Joseph.
With a resume like that, you better be good, huh? Specially invited guests, teachers, parents, young men. And I say not boys, I say young men. Get accustomed to it. Greetings. Good morning, everyone. It is my honor, it is my privilege this morning to address you. And I kid you not when I say this. I have done and been exposed to quite a number of schools, quite a number of young men throughout the country. And I make observations at each place that I go to. You may take it for granted because you all know these boys. They're yours, yes? You raised them, you nurtured them, you taught them. But I can point out a couple of things to you that you may be accustomed to, but they're a little strange for me. These young men have been sitting down here for over an hour now, yes? I have not heard anybody have to tell them, stop fidgeting, sit down quiet, stop talking, stop picking your nose, stop doing this, stop doing that. Obviously something good is going on here. When the boys are told to stand, they stand. When they are told to sit, they sit. When they are told to sing,
they sing.
They sing. When they are told to play pan, they play pan. So I would like, first of all, for you all everybody who's been involved in getting these young men to this point, to give yourselves a round of applause. Something positive is going on here. Okay. Mr. Ruplal, where is he? Chairperson. He disappeared on me briefly. Okay. I just wanted to say that I cannot, well, I am not maybe as dapper as Mr. Ruplal, but I understood when I walked through the doors that apparently I got the colors correct. There's something about this tie and the blue that I have on. I think it's the colors of the school. Yes? Okay. Thanks be to God. Okay. We have a very interesting theme this morning. Maintaining strength, fulfilling destiny. Maintaining strength, fulfilling destiny. How I would like to address this topic, I would like to break it up maybe into two halves. I would like first of all to address the young men. They told me that your attention span is only that long, and if I talk for too long that you'll fall asleep. Is that true? Yes. You see? Honesty as well is one of their traits, alright? So I will address the young men first, and afterwards I will address teachers and parents together. And there's a reason why I will do that. Young men, are you strong?
Yes.
Who's strong here? Let me see. Show me some strength. Let me see. So you have a certain amount of physical strength, yes? Okay. But what about emotional strength? What about the strength to get to this point in your lives? Because no doubt you would have had to overcome challenges. Your schoolwork, certainly that is a challenge, yes? You're allowed to answer, don't worry, you wouldn't get in trouble, you're allowed to answer. Okay. So your studies have been a challenge. Sometimes dealing with situations at home, parents, siblings, brothers and sisters, may have been a challenge, yes? Sometimes trying to balance all of the different activities, because one thing, well, I can say for this school, I was taking notes while we were going along, and I seen steel band, scouts, marching band, African drumming, choir, athletics, football, agriculture, Red Cross, and I think the list goes on. So you're very busy young men, yes? So I imagine it's been a challenge to balance all of these things so that you get your studies done also. So you already do have a certain amount of strength. And I think it's no coincidence that maintaining strength is part of the theme. Maintaining strength as opposed to becoming strong. And the lesson there is that you are never ever to disregard or to ignore the strength you already have. It has taken an effort for you to get to this point, and don't ever take it for granted that you just ended up here, that you ended up on the stage here, that you ended up at the end of Standard 5, that you're going to end up in some school somewhere else. And this brings us to the other half of the theme, which is fulfilling destiny. I want you to know something, young men. You have been called and chosen by the Almighty God for a reason, for a purpose. You are not here by accident. You did not just reach here by VAPS. Somewhere in eternity, there was a plan for each one of you, everybody. Yes? There was a plan for each one of you here. And if you remember nothing else from this morning, I want you to remember that you have been called, that you are chosen, and that you are special. And in addition to being special, it also means that you are important. Now, the world today teaches many lessons. Unfortunately, not many of them are the right ones. Do you agree with me, parents and teachers? Okay. The world today teaches that in order to be a man, you have to have respect. Yeah? Everybody have to hold on. Not respect, which in my mind is a different concept entirely, but respect. So you must be bad. Yeah? Nobody can touch you. Nobody can tell you nothing. And if nobody can tell you anything, and if you're bad, then you have respect. Well, I have a different message for you this morning. That is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And if any one of you, young men, at this point in time have been taught and have been surrounded by role models who teach you these things and who tell you that that's the way you should carry out yourself as a man, I would like to apologize on their behalf, because that's not what it's all about. You have a destiny, you have a mission, you have a purpose. Your mission and your purpose is to be the best young man and eventually the best grown man that you possibly can be. Your destiny is to fulfill all of the potential that your parents, your teachers, your elders, those around you expect for you, but more importantly, what you expect for yourself. And sometimes the world can be very cruel in that we can shortchange you and make you feel you can only reach so far. Because where you're from Siparia, down in south, and you're from Trinidad, which is a small island in a small part of the world called Caribbean, and there's only so much you could do. Let me call a couple of names of some people for you, and you'll tell me if you've heard of them, okay? Arthur Bolden? Yeah. Heard of him? Yeah. All right. Usain Bolt? Yeah. Heard of him? All right. What about Dwight York? Yeah. Yes. All right. What about Russell Latapi? Yeah. What about Marshall Montano? Yeah.
Somebody said
I got a kind of mixed response for that last one, but he's a product of Siparia also. So let nobody tell you, and I've just scratched the surface. There are many, many more names, all right? But let nobody ever tell you that you could only be this much and not this much. What do you want to be when you grow up? Put you on the spot. Haven't thought about it yet? You have not thought about it yet? All right. What do you want to be when you grow up? Anybody thought about it yet? What they want to be? Let me hear. Sorry? We have a doctor in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a round of applause. Now, everybody will jump on the bandwagon now and tell her they want to be the lawyer and the prime minister and so on. Let me just get two more again. In the back, all the way at the back. An engineer. One more, just one more. What's that? A police. No. Let's give him a round of applause also. Because I will tell you, young sir, you're braver than me. But I want to tell you something and I want to challenge you. We have someone who wants to be an engineer, someone wants to be a doctor, someone wants to be a policeman. But I want to challenge you. I want you, who's the doctor again? Who said they want to be the doctor? And they are right there. So it is absolutely necessary that we work together. Teachers, and there may be some of you who've heard me say this before, it's a mantra that I repeat often. You may know this already, I'm still telling you. Your calling to teach is a vocation. It's not a job. If you see teaching as a job, you miss the bus. The bus leaves Siparia and reach San Fernando and head into town, and you still in Siparia by the bus stand waiting. You miss the bus. To teach is an opportunity. To teach is the chance, the privilege of molding tomorrow's world. It's the opportunity to shape what kind of Trinidad and Tobago we have tomorrow, to shape what kind of world we have tomorrow. And it is a very, very, very serious calling. That's why I say, if you see it only as a job, you're in the wrong place. And my suggestion to you, and if any of you have second thoughts about that, or sitting there and saying, you're only saying that, when you see these boys start to get trouble, go ahead. If any of you are saying that and you don't see your vocation, I suggest that you do some deep introspection and see if maybe you're in the wrong place. Parents, let me just check something here a second. Could all of the men in the audience please stand? Sorry for putting you on spot, but you're men. We're supposed to be leaders, all right? So let me just put the men on spot. Okay. By a show of hands, how many of you here are parents? Ladies, young men, please give the fathers in the audience a round of applause. There's a serious, you can sit down now, thank you, sorry. There's a serious crisis of manhood. And forget about the world. Yes, it exists outside there too, but let's deal right here in our little neck of the woods. There's a serious crisis where fatherhood is concerned. And while I absolutely do not discount the role of mothers, thank God for you. You're all doing a fantastic job. Fathers, we need to continue, and in some cases, to improve our pulling of the weight. Now, I haven't come alone. There are two people across there. I just want to point them out. We'll put them on spot. My wife is in the black top with the white skirt on your right, the left over there. That's my wife, Mrs. Wendy Joseph.
Good morning, everybody.
And right next to her is my mother in red, Mrs. Jean Joseph. So you see that long after you pass C and long after you pass secondary school and graduate, your mother could still come to back you up and make you feel a little strong and a little confident, right? And you see also that I am here, my wife is here also. And she's not just here because of the camcorder, all right? But she's here also for support. Fathers, husbands, men. These are the kinds of values, these are the kinds of behavior, attitudes that we need to not only do, but encourage our brothers to do the same thing. Because as you know, there is pressure to do otherwise. Love your children, parents. Love them. Especially a kind of love that we call tough love. You know what tough love is? Tough love is, he is acting up and misbehaving and miserable because he wants something that he's not supposed to, and I will give it to him and let him have it because I don't want to see him upset because he works so hard. Boy, sorry, I'm sitting here up here now. Okay? Tough love. The kind of love that teaches young men respect. That teaches young men that no is no and yes is yes. That teaches young men that there are rules and there are regulations that need to be followed. Tough love that teaches young men not to be followers, but to be leaders. Practice tough love. Practice the other kinds of love too.